So let's first of all start off and talk about, just very briefly, as I've said before, the channel here was created for the purpose of me providing and giving you access to valuable information or content that will allow you or aid you in your path, your venture, and maybe learning how to trade futures. Maybe you have known about, particularly here, the Emini S&P 500 or maybe the NASDAQ for many years. It doesn't really matter what future market you actually trade. But my journey, the reason why I created this channel was to really get people in tune to the style and the way I trade. Okay. So the information and content that I push out here primarily for free is I just want to see people become inspired, okay, and be able to become profitable. All right, inspired and become profitable. Now, you have to first and foremost, like anything else in life, and I've said this many times in many videos, is to become passionate about whatever it is in life that you choose to do. If there's no passion, then the follow through will be short lived. Okay, meaning that you will not be able to survive or continue that path for an extended period of time. At some point, you're going to get burnt out. But see, trading allows me the flexibility to live the lifestyle and do the things I want to do in my time. If I don't want to trade one day, I won't. If I choose to take 2 trades a day, I will. If I want to go on vacation next week, I do. So it's just the flexibility of being able to do things and being my own boss when and how I want to. But I'm here to tell you the key to profitability as a day trader. Number one, don't give up. That passion should always fuel the inside of you. Now, if this road or path is just simply something that's extremely hard for you to do, then maybe it's not cut out for you. Not everybody is made or can do every single thing in life. You know, someone else's passion or interest is not mine, and it may not be yours. So figure that out sooner than later. But don't give up if you're truly passionate about succeeding and, you know, fulfilling the dreams of what you have and accomplishing and understanding or defeating whatever it is that you're trying to become. All right. And also, I want to say, if you have started or want to become a successful trader, and maybe you're already a profitable day trader, then look, don't ever forget the reason why you first started trading. For me and for many traders out there, I know that it's all about financial freedom, okay? Being able to have the luxury not to be consumed with loads of debt, all right? Now, I'm not saying you may not have a mortgage, but hey, the overall goal is to pay that house off, right? Pay all the big bills off. Pay the small ones off first and then work your way to the big ones, right? And that's what trading does. It provides the flexibility for you to be in your own environment or wherever you choose to be at, but be your own employer, be your own boss, okay? Your path, you know, the road that you take lies within the hands. It lies with what you do with it, okay? You have to create a path for yourself. And that's why I love trading. And that's why I'm passionate about it. And that's why I'll never forget the first day I started learning and educating myself about how to become a trader, the things I needed to know, the key concepts, to where I'm at today. And I also know that everybody may not be able to understand the way I trade, simply surrounding supply and demand, okay? Because I've said this before, people really have to kind of unlearn the bad habits in which they may have learned, you know, prior to somewhere in the past that may not just be working out. You're going to have to start over, okay? I did it. Had to start over from scratch and find a system that worked for me, okay? So do that for yourself. If you are in a rut and you're having issues or a hard time grasping or understanding something before, maybe it's time for you to, and you really, you know, clearly start to see that someone else and what they're showing you seems to be a little bit better or is better, and you see that you may have a better chance of becoming profitable, then maybe it's time for you to switch gears. All right. Okay. So that's the reason why I created this channel. And we have successful traders that are coming out of this community that have joined many months back. And, you know, I would recommend coming over to our Discord community, joining the Discord by finding the link down in the description portion of this video. Now, you can find the link down in any video here on the channel, But you're on this channel, you're on this video now, so just find that link down below and invite yourself in. You can ask questions to fellow members or are part of the community, as well as come over to the trading floor and engage in our trading session, primarily during the New York or US session. All right, traders all across the globe, all across the world, tune in on a daily basis, and we share our trades and discuss them as a whole as well. The community is designed and built for one trader to basically get to meet another trader or groups of traders, or and basically share information. You know, it's all positivity here in our Discord community. All right. Again, that link is found down below. Now, also what I want to talk about in this video is about how you can actually grow your brokerage account. Now, I know probably tons of traders out here are probably depleted or blown through funds multiple times. And if you have done so, I'm sorry, so sorry to hear that. But in order to become a profitable trader, you first must be able to see and understand institutional order flow. What I'm talking about is what the banks are trying to do. All right? They're always setting up traps, or always creating areas of liquidity, and they're going to, as I say always in videos, or in some of the most recent ones, they're going to take those areas of liquidity out. We don't always know when, but we have to be able to trade based on systematic or strategic setups that allow us to be able to go after their moves, go after, you know, what they've created. You know, they're going in either direction to capitalize on a pot of gold. Let's move with them. Let's be part of that movement as retail traders. Understand that. So please, if you're looking for a great opportunity, a great strategy that you may be able to learn, you've come to the right channel, and hopefully you're able to understand and grasp the way I trade. Or maybe you can simply merge or bring on to, or incorporate into your trading plan the style of how I trade. Supply and demand is old. It's not anything new. It's just really looking at the market to see where areas of aggressive buying or selling, you know, coming out of, you know, and typically those are going to be, you know, big moves that are created by the banks. You know, when the market moves strong in one direction, that's the bank stepping in to fill orders, and they really want to move the market away from a key area. So you have to understand that. And then the opposite when the market is moving to the downside. So look for key things to unfold. And if you watch videos here on the channel and watch them religiously and stop and replay and watch again, some of the fellow traders here that are part of the community will tell you the best way in which they have learned is to rewatch videos and rewatch them again. And just about every single one of them have joined to become an elite member. Now, what does that entail? It just costs you $6.99 a month. Not $699, but $6.99. And you say, wow, how could that be so inexpensive? Because I'm not here to charge, you know, crazy amounts of money, because I'm not here to get rich off of, you know, your time or on your dime. Basically what you're doing by paying a $6.99 fee is supporting me as a content creator to be able to continue with all effort to push out these videos. Okay, the content is basically free. I mean, it's invaluable. You know, once you've learned how to trade, that $6.99 is, I mean, it's pennies on a dollar. You know, and I'm not saying you can't learn a strategy that works, but you may pay a higher price from someone else. But you pick and choose. Okay, I'd recommend asking some of the community members that are part of our Discord community to say, how has the channel helped you? How has Mike's information or knowledge that he's been providing helped you? You know, is it smart to join the elite membership for $6.99 a month? And I'm going to let them answer. Okay? The proof is there. All right? People are on the channel and, you know, commenting and with all positivity and thanking me for all my efforts. And I'm going to continue doing so because I want to see the community to continue to grow. All right, I said that today on the Discord. Let's continue as a whole to spread the word so that people can obtain the knowledge or information so they can make money, become financially free, and do the things in life that they choose to do. Be on the right track and path. Okay? So in order to grow that brokerage account that you have and prevent yourself from continuously blowing that account, I'm just going to talk to you and show you today a few of my trades. Okay? It didn't take many, and it doesn't take many to build an account. Slow and steady wins the race, as I always say. A couple $100 here, maybe $1,000 there. But even if you're a beginner trader, making $200 a day and trading off of one trade, that's $1,000 extra you have a week. That's an extra $4,000 a month. Or $4,300 or whatever. If you break it out on an annual basis, whatever the case is, that is an extra $4,000 a month. Okay? Wouldn't that be nice to put that away into your savings account somewhere to where you can take your family on a nice vacation or to pay off some of your bills or debt that you may have? But let's say you're working full time. That's part-time income. And that could be probably more money than you're making at your full-time job. Some people. Okay? So, let me show you trade number one here today. I don't want to make this a long-winded video. I just want to tap into discussing how to grow your brokerage account. Just using a simple technique as simple as supply and demand. All right? Looking for areas of liquidity in the market where they rest at, and waiting for areas on pullbacks to key areas of supply or demand. All right? We get the rejection or at a zone, we take interest and engage in a trade. Okay? Once you get the rejection, and aim for liquidity. It's as simple as that. That's what I do each and every day in my strategy. Okay? So let's talk about let's talk about a setup that I took yesterday, and then we're moving to today, because it was a great opportunity, a great trade that took place shortly after noon yesterday. And a lot of people will say, wow, you trade during the noon session time, during lunchtime? Yeah, it's a great trade setup. But typically, I like to be in the market somewhere, even pre-session, between 8:30 and typically out by 10:30 or 11 o'clock. And I may look at it again during the afternoon session if it's a great setup. But I'm looking for the setups. That's what I'm doing. I trade supply and demand. Okay? So yesterday, when we're looking here, this is my 12 range chart. I don't trade time-based charts, but I'm trading the Emini S&P, and you can also do this on the MES. This same strategy, when I'm talking about supply and demand, which is all geared around following institutional order flow of what the banks or big institutions are primarily doing. Setting up or creating those areas of liquidity within the market, and we're looking for them to take out areas of buy stops or sell stops. That's what their interest is to stop you out. Okay, all right. That's because they know people or traders are putting stops at certain locations, and they're creating traps to go up there so they can run the area of liquidity and stop you out. Okay, and then have you ever been in a trade to where you went in for a short and just for the market to push a little higher and stop you out? Okay, that's because they are creating areas in the market to where they're going to be liquidity resting at or buy stops. Okay, so then they run the market away from that area. Okay, maybe come down to grab sell stops below or hit an area of liquidity and turn it back around and go back up. The institutions are always grabbing for buy stops, which is liquidity, or sell stops, which is liquidity. Understand the motion of how the market works. It's a give and take, okay? But it's primarily, I should say, traps, or they always trying to take, and then always setting up set up so that you can get, or not you, but so that they can fill their orders and move the market the other way. So lots of people always say, man, I was in that trade, I was in it too early, and then they stopped me out, and now it's going in my direction. Yeah, I mean, that's happened to the best of us. That's happened a lot when I was first started trading. You get frustrated until you figure out what's really going on. Okay, so the trade was right here. All right, you see the boxing area here. This was a demand zone. Okay, and what I saw was price moving to the downside here, making lower lows and lower highs. Okay, now this is on the 12 range chart, not my higher time frame, my 60 range. And sometimes I'll take trades straight from the 12 range, and they may not always be following the same movement, meaning in the same direction as the higher time frame, but we're scalping, right? And this is how we build the account. So what I saw was price was breaking through areas of structure as it moved to the downside, making lower lows and lower highs, right? And I saw this area. This was an area of demand right here, and even right here. Okay. Now, when the market opened up yesterday, after making this low right here, what did it do right here? It took out liquidity right here. Okay. It ran that area when it came down right here. Okay. So what it did was it moved up higher here, broke structure right here. Well, it didn't quite break structure yet. It moved up, made a higher high here. Then it started making these lower lows and lower highs pulling to the downside, right? Created this area of these sell stops right here, or area of liquidity right here. The market pulls back, okay? It pulls back, all right? Now you've got, and this is demand, excuse me, supply right here. If I said demand, I meant supply, guys. Sorry about that. You've got liquidity resting right here, sell stops right here, okay? Market pulls back, hits an area of demand. It's in an area of demand. If it's in an area of demand, okay, and I get rejection, which is the close of a candle in the opposite direction, I'm looking for the market to run to the downside, take out liquidity. They're going to aim for this area right here, okay? So if you got into this trade pre-market, let's say you got into it around 8 o'clock, you were solid. It came down here and took out liquidity. Now, at the same time that it did, let's show you, it took out liquidity right here. As it moved lower right here, it pulled back, okay? Pulled right back to that area of supply there. Now, I didn't take a trade right there, but I think I did take a trade pre-session yesterday. I have to go back and take a look, but the trade I'm talking about is right here. The market was already opened up. Okay, so the market pulls back right here, taps into that, previous area of supply. Gosh, I hope I didn't say demand again, guys. Please forgive me if I did. Supply. Supply's at the top. Always remember that, okay? So it taps into the area of supply, and it runs away from that area. So it breaks structure to the downside right here. Took out this low right here. So it moved lower. It pulls back. There's an area of supply resting right here. Caught myself, okay? Before I said demand, if I did. But I know I said supply this time. Pulls back to this key area of supply right here. Now, what did it do when it pulled, before it pulled back to this area of supply right here? Right here, there is liquidity resting right here. High, higher lows, and then this is a deep retracement, comes back, rejects, pulls away from the area, taps into this area of supply right here, just to leave, these sell stops resting right here below, equal lows right here, liquidity, and then the market rejects and pushes lower. That was the trade I got in right there, and I was aiming for these lows right here, right below where I had this arrow line right here. That's the reason why I went short right here. So 69 3/4 was the area I was aiming for, really 69 3/4. So I think I got in somewhere around maybe 84 3/4, and the move was to take it to the downside right here and blow out this area of liquidity or sell stops below. So that was the first trade I took. So if you understand, okay, again, we're taking supply and demand setups after a break of structure. Price pulls back, to this case here, supply. We have liquidity resting right below us. So if we got liquidity below, then I'm going to be aiming, or sell stops resting below, I'm going to be aiming for what? For price to take out that area, run that area, and capture, take out the lows right here, okay, and capture that liquidity at the downside right there. So you must be able to see that, okay? Because people that were going long right here, all right, when the market starts pulling back, they're moving their stops, okay, so they don't try to get stopped out, okay? And then you got, the market selling off pretty hard here to the downside, so there was a lot of selling took place here. But people who were long here were still long right here, and maybe you had new people or new traders that had gotten into the positions right here on this pullback right here to go long. So those that went long right here, when the market retraced deep right here, it checked this area. It didn't break through this low right here, okay? But it was trying to stop traders out, on its move to the downside, okay? Because there may have been some people that continue pushing their stops up as the market was running higher. So as the market started to sell off, it started stopping individuals out. It comes down here, boom, sets up another play, liquidity. All right, market pushes up, taps into supply zone, runs to the downside, taking this area out, running these lows right here, okay? So that's the reason why I went short yesterday, to capitalize on a great entry, all right? And let's see, let's move on to a trade that I took today, okay? All right, and if you do this daily, okay, then you'll be able to, like I said, build that brokerage account up. All right, so today, but before we look at and go into today's session, just want you to follow suit and pay attention to the market here. Lower lows and lower highs. Makes a low, lower high, runs that area, like I said, continues pushing lower until yesterday's close yesterday, and then we get a change in or shift in the market back to the upside. See that purple line right there? We got pretty much primarily equal highs right there, okay? The market comes up. We've got buy stop, a creation or area of buy stops that's created within the market right here, okay? So the market's making lower lows, pulls back, retraces back, boom. So if we've got equal highs, in this case right here, what do we have? We have liquidity, right? All right. Now, I don't know if the market for sure is going to come up here and run this area. We don't know. We just trade based upon what we see, and we make aims for areas of liquidity within the market. So when the market overnight started making higher highs and higher lows, okay, as it made a high here, it pulled back, it broke higher, it broke through this small area of structure right here, okay, this swing right here, okay, all right, took out a little area of liquidity right there, as it pushed higher. So when it pulled back, this is an area of demand resting right here. I'll show you if you don't know, okay. Let's go ahead and mark this area off. And a thing to look for that makes the trade high probability as well, if you really want to look for and really zoom in and really want to look for a great setup, is to look for small areas of imbalances or gaps back at the demand zone. Now, once I saw rejection here, okay, I'm looking to do what? I'm looking to go long. I'm looking to go long, and once I'm in long, I'm looking to take price to an area of liquidity above, okay, and right here, looking for this area right here, okay. Now, price pushes up. Yes, it does pull back. Gives you a second retest to get into the trade. And then you can, boom, it pushes up. What does it do? It comes up here. It tick to tick runs up to the top of this high right here off this little swing to the downside. It pulls back, goes up there, and grabs this area of liquidity sitting right here. Okay? This area. These equal highs sitting right here. This small little swing to the downside. So, let's put an arrow right here. There we go. All right, so off of this trade from the area of demand right here, it eventually makes its way up there, and boom, right there, takes out liquidity. This trade today is even on the Discord. I think I posted this trade, let's see, on the Discord, it was around 11. Give me 1 second, guys. Trying to make sure. This trade here that I took while I was trying to aim for this area of liquidity, it was actually, I think, my second trade that I posted today. Which was at 115 today. Okay, so yeah, I was aiming for that area of liquidity at the top right here. Okay, you could also got into, like I said, the second entry or second test right here, when price came back to this area right here. There was imbalance, so the gaps that needed to be filled, and you could aim for the top right here, this area right here. Okay, this little move where price pull back and try to push lower here, in which it didn't. But you have these imbalances here, these gaps right here. Look for price to fill that area. But the goal is for price to try to tap in or take out some area of liquidity. So if you do this and follow this simple strategy of, first of all, understanding supply and demand and how it works and what it is, you can build your account up, okay? Stop, trying to get in every little setup, because not every supply and demand zone is going to be a high probability setup or high probability area. So be patient and selective about the zones you take your trades from. Look for a great opportunity to set up, all right? Yep, you may see a supply zone, you may see a demand zone, but it may not be the best trade location to take a trade from. So understand that, okay? But again, if you're interested, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here and join in our community, the Discord. Find the link down in the description portion of the video. If you're interested in becoming an elite member, all you have to do for $6.99 a month, what do you get? What do you receive? You receive the trade breakdowns. That's when I post and go into detail and break down my actual trades that I've taken. Not every day do I post them on there, but it's only these videos are only made private to the elite members, okay? So I go in depth as you were sitting next to me or watching me virtually, whatever the case is. I'm breaking things down and as if you were sitting next to me, and with my through the mindset of what I was thinking, as I was taking, or before I took that trade, up until the time I took the trade, and after the trade, what was I looking at? Why did I take that trade? What were my areas of interest as far as entry and exit? Okay, all right. So understand it, and also where would my stop have been if if the market was going to come back against me? So you have to be able to grasp and understand it. But that's what the trade breakdowns are for, as part of being an elite member. You also get the playlist or the links of videos that I hand selected and feel that are cover valuable information that if you're interested in trading similar to the way I trade. So that's also what you receive, but you also get the emojis and the badges and the priority reply comments, which are pretty standard to the YouTube tiers. But for $6.99, I mean, it's pennies on a dollar, lots of valuable information, And if you don't believe me, then you can come on to the Discord and ask some of the people on the Discord who are already become successful by giving the elite membership for $6.99 a go. Okay, but I'm not going to be here to toot my own horn. Find out for yourself. Join the community, the Discord, and ask away. Outside of that, guys, that's all I have for you today in this video. Appreciate you watching the video. If you do not mind, please drop a like on the video. Please, I got tongue twisted or tied there. And if you are a first-time viewer, please take the time to go ahead and click on the sub button, the subscribe button, and make sure to turn on all your post notifications so you never miss one of the uploads here on the channel. Guys, I'm signing off. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.